darling heart, and welcome to the Drink Less, Live Better podcast. This is the podcast that helps you to see that drinking less doesn't need to be miserable, lonely or boring. I'm your host, Sarah Williamson, and I decided to have a year alcohol-free as a little life experiment and haven't looked back. With my experience and training, I now help other people with their alcohol-free or drink less adventures. You can find out more and sign up to my 5-day Drink Less challenge at drinklesslivebetter.com. I'm here to tell you that you can relax, connect, and have fun without alcohol in your life. Join me here each week to find out how. Which direction? I sometimes talk about coaching being future focused and our desire to get our eyes on the goal or intention in front of us. I happen to love and work well towards short and medium-term goals. I get very discombobulated if somebody asks me where I want to be in 5 or 10 years' time. I don't always know where I want to be this weekend. I think that is probably born out of my lived experience and knowledge that life can give you unexpected curveballs which very quickly take you away from that which you were expecting. In that case, for me, a vision of how my life might be next month is way more helpful than what I might want to do when I retire. That's not to say I'm solely a living in the moment kind of girl. It's just to say I don't get to set a plan which means I protect myself a bit if something out of my control hits and hurts. Future focus. This week, month, year, I'm all for it. My focuses are both professional and personal, serious and fun, growth orientated and light-hearted, ambitious and playful. It feels good. This direction is all about forward movement, progress, and the feelings I want to experience along the way. I'm not in the market to make a business I own and operate miserable, repetitive, or unexciting. I'm in control of what's next, and I love that fact. Building habits that work for me and becoming aware of and accepting what doesn't work really helps me. I've had an on-off relationship with meditation and mindfulness for many years. I'm on right now, and it's feeling like an expansive and joyful practice, but I'm careful not to make it heavy or oppressive. If I enjoy the amount of time and what I'm doing, that's good enough for me. So that's eyes forward then. How about you? Do you have some short-term ambitions in mind? How are you tracking them? Have you built in some accountability, either external or internal? And how will you know if you are making progress? So which other directions do we look? Me? Definitely side roads. I'm often lured down a dead end, a cul-de-sac, a closed road with a danger ahead sign. Think Roadrunner and Wile E. Coyote playing out in its truest form. Sometimes I've been diverted by something or someone, and sometimes I've freely chosen the diversion, either as a short distraction or as a long-term new direction. Don't we sometimes end up in unintended, interesting places with just the right people in just the right moment? Beautiful. This is life. Maybe they weren't diversions after all. Maybe they were the next right, correct turn. And where else then? Which other directions? Do things sometimes feel uphill and hard work? Or could that same direction be framed as moving onwards and upwards? Or how about sliding down, free fall, out of control, versus flowing gently towards the direction of our dreams? How you picture it makes all the difference. And finally, what's behind you? Don't look back, you're not going that way, some people might say. But don't we have to look back to see how far we've come? Some of our learnt lessons are useful to build on for where we're going next. Looking back and deciphering past patterns and stories is often useful for propelling us forward, for moving us away from what we don't want anymore, firmly towards what we are building now and in our glorious futures. I'm eyes forward today. How about you? Check out the show notes on this or any other episode. You'll see the link to a hidden podcast episode to help you with your 5 p.m. cravings, and you'll be able to read all about my one-to-one coaching program. Thank you for listening in today. Come back again next week, and P.S. I believe in you.